right. Hello. Hope you're all doing well. God, I hope this is a good recording. We're having like monsoon weather here. Um, this is your Jupiter report for 2025 as we have a big transit shifting on June 9th. So let's get right into it. So I'm going to do this video in a little bit different way. Hold on, let me bring something up. So this is going to be both for Patreon and YouTube. The first part of it will be for the general public. And then the second part will be for the rest of the world. But let me go in and find my June energy forecast, which you can get on Patreon. I am in the middle of building a website. It's going to be on Shopify because it's just easier for me that way. And we'll take it from there. All right. So the Jupiter report 2025. Now, Jupiter is considered the Lord of Luck and the great benefic planet that transits signs about every 12 months, depending on the retrogrades that occur within that year. But Jupiter brings expansion, abundance, opportunities, and luck by house and sign. So wherever this planet is stationed, whether natally or just traveling through the belt of the zodiac, it will bring good luck, advancements, and opportunities. Now, Jupiter has been stationed in Gemini since May 25th of 2024, and it will transit into Cancer on June 9th, 2025. Jupiter in Gemini has brought about many things within this past year. Now, we have seen the growth in technology, digital platforms, media, and a stronger emphasis on learning, higher knowledge and a deeper intellectual curiosity. And you could see that this past year with, the TikTok ban and a lot of other things that have taken place. It actually makes a lot of sense. Now, this has also brought about a bigger boost with digital and independent journalism and communication and how information is exchanged. And really, we go back to TikTok. There's quite a few independent journalists I follow on that platform. Aaron Parnas is one of them. The Midas Touch is another. Just to drop those two names, I'll probably tag them in this video because I do follow them on YouTube as well. I'm not a paid subscriber, but you're noticing a decline in mainstream media. Less and less people are watching. What I mean by mainstream media is ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, CNN, mainstream media. This transit has significantly amplified communication in all forms and measures here. We've likely seen an increase in social networking, media output, writing, and various forms of digital communication. And there's been a heightened desire to share ideas, engage in discussions, and connect with others. Once again, TikTok. Excuse me. I'm still getting over whatever it is I have. My nose is still very stuffed up and congested, but I'm getting there little by little, day by day. All right, moving on. Now, souls born with a Jupiter in Gemini have been given the opportunity to prosper within the world of Gemini. And this is communication, transportation, writing, etc. Jupiter also rules the publishing world, and in this sign promotes speaking and writing endeavors. Many souls born with this position are masters in communication. They fly planes, they drive taxis or big rigs, or are international teachers. Many become radio hosts, writers, and promote the sale of books all around the world. As always, with Jupiter's sense of faith and rigid codes, and the Mercurial principles can also produce like loud and obnoxious ministers or Bible thumpers, things like that. Jupiter rules luck, protection, expansion, education, and the publication of all media. A gift of learning and teaching languages is often present and could produce like motivational speakers too. So there's that energy as well. Okay, moving on here. Now, Jupiter is going to transit into Cancer on June 9th of 2025, and it's going to stay there until June 29th, 2026. Jupiter's transit through Cancer is considered astrologically sent, as it's the planet's exalted sign. So Jupiter in Cancer is exalted, meaning it performs at its highest power and at its best, and it brings its most, positive and beneficial influences. It is a very good placement for all of us and the world at large. This can signify a period of enhanced positive influence, emphasis on home, family, nurturing, and emotional foundations. Now, Jupiter in Cancer will bring an emphasis on, once again, home, family, and roots. After all, think about it, Cancer is the sign that rules home, family, roots, security, and emotional foundations. With Jupiter here, there will be like a strong emphasis on these themes involving family and roots. We can expect growth within the family circle or a deepening with existing family bonds. There is stronger focus on living situations, positive developments related to our homes or their homes, such as buying property, moving to a larger space, renovating, or simply feeling, more secure and comfortable in their living environment. Given Cancer's association with property and home, this transit can bring opportunities within real estate market, as it might be a great time for buying, selling, or investing in property. This also brings up home improvement by making one's home more comfortable, beautiful, and secure. Even myself, I'm getting ready to paint my house for the summer. So I'm prepping, I'm buying some stuff to put baseboards. And so we're always, Cancer energy, we enhance our living space, so to speak. Now, many of us also experience ancestral healing, where a heightened opportunity for healing old family wounds or even connecting with ancestral spirit and heritage and finding a deeper sense of belonging can happen with this energy. There is a strong energy of emotional nurturing and security and a greater fulfilling and authentic, a greater fulfilling and making authentic connections. Hold on, you guys. There we go. We will seek out comfort and inner safety, as souls will be drawn to creating a sense of emotional security. One thing you're going to hear a lot with this transit for the next year: security, security, security. It is about security. And think about this. I did not put this in the newsletter, but I should have. The United States is a Cancer nation, so Jupiter will be sitting on the nation itself. That is actually a very good thing for the next year. It means the people come together more. You're going to see alliances and strength in numbers in the coming year. We the people. There's that. So we will seek out comfort and inner safety, as souls will be drawn to creating a sense of more emotional security around them, both within themselves and within their own relationships. This also brings about an increase in community and generosity, as Cancer is a giving and caring sign. This transit supports healing on an emotional and psychological level, including your inner child work and addressing those past traumas. Um, in the more metaphysical world, I would say this would be a good window of opportunity that sometime this summer to do some shadow working. I know usually a lot of, I consider shadow work can be done anytime the psyche needs it, not just near, October, November time of year. So if shadow work is what's needed, this is a window of opportunity to do that work, to break through those past traumas, so to speak. Now, Cancer also relates to personal finances and being frugal or frugality and security. Once again, security, that word is going to come up a lot here. Jupiter in Cancer can encourage saving money to build up reserves, and there might be a greater desire to be a little more thrifty and secure one's financial future. There is growth in personal wealth and stable investments. Think real estate, real estate, real estate, real estate. The challenge with this placement can be overindulgence and a tendency to become a little too comfortable in our surroundings, or emotionally clingy is another way to put it. And this leading to a reluctance to step out of one's comfort zone. So this also brings emotional sensitivity. It can bring mood swings, heightened sensitivity, or even um, even an emotional overwhelm if not managed consciously. So there's that too. This will affect the Jupiter in Cancer coming. Those of you who are Cancer, it will benefit, and it will help. It'll help every sign of the zodiac, but just think about where Cancer falls in your own zodiac chart and go from there. I give a full forecast for my Patreon, so they'll get all the information in a few minutes. What else can I say about Jupiter and Cancer? There was something else I was going to say, but I forgot. There's always positive and negatives. So like I said, the challenges, when I mention challenges, those are negatives. And I don't necessarily see them as negatives, hence why I call them challenges. One thing we have to do is when we're presented with challenges, it is about a learning moment for us. So I see things that way. Now, on a global level, Cancer and Jupiter can bring about more, nationalism or protectionism. An emphasis on home and roots could, in some instances, translate into more nationalistic policies and a focus on internal affairs rather than global cooperation. And you're already seeing that with ICE and now Congress. I believe I just read this morning Congress is getting ready to deport American citizens. So, yeah, nationalism. There you go. Jupiter in Cancer is all about opportunities given to the soul to feed and protect the world at large and prosper within the world of Cancer. It's family, real estate, food, clothing, etc. McDonald's and other leading like food industries, Wendy's, In-N-Out Burger, are all like perfect examples of a Jupiter in this sign. They feed the world. Now, other advanced souls may decide to feed the world in a more spiritual way, because there's always a deeper spiritual side to Cancer. And they will find this group of people or crowd working in programs that help alleviate pain and suffering for others, maybe even in foreign countries. Jupiter rules the indigenous world. It rules wide open spaces, deserts, and foreigners. And the soul may operate in any of those areas, bringing relief and hope and help to others. Jupiter's expansion and religious principles could also produce, like real estate agents, estate planners, and the desire to teach others in remote areas. Changes are chances are that the soul will find the resources to build a house or even a church in either a remote area or in a foreign land, so not necessarily on their homeland. Often the subjects marry, if you're born with this placement, often that subject will marry foreigners and operate in foreign countries. Um, Cancer is very traditional, while Jupiter is morals and codes and ethics. So, on the negative note, Jupiter in Cancer can induce a deep concern to teach, preach, or harass a family member or a group of people into following an established religious path or re- respective deities. So, this is like dealing with someone who's religiously indoctrinated. And like I said, there's always positives and negatives to every sign and position. So, this would be the negative Cancer in Jupiter. In a more advanced case, Jupiter's more benevolent nature can be used constructively by teaching higher metaphysics or the occult world and teaching more and to be more have more respect for nature, to be more in tune with nature and the animal world. Jupiter will always answer our questions, like my astrologer used to tell me. Jupiter will always answer our questions if we dare to ask in a big way. So there's that. And I am wishing all of you the best of luck with this transit. It benefits a great many of us. And since it is transiting into Cancer, I will read Cancer's forecast because it is very important. Now, Cancer, for all my Cancer, so all my souls that are born with a Jupiter in Cancer or are born with a sun, a moon, a rising, or even a dragon's head and tail are going to feel this because Jupiter, if you're born with a dragon's head in Cancer, Jupiter is going to sit right on your dragon's head, promoting you to wherever that is by house and sign to more wealth and abundance within that house. So for Cancer, this is moving through your first house. And for July born souls, it's your second house. And that's the house of money. But this is the self and the soul's purpose. And this is beginnings. And many astrologers consider this your level up moment or even glow up, however you want to consider it. This is your level up or glow up year ahead. Jupiter in your first house is house of self. It brings immense opportunities for personal growth, self-discovery, and embracing new layers of your identity. You feel more optimistic, confident, and perhaps even attract more attention and opportunities. Now, when Jupiter moves into the first house, expansion can hit one's waistline, so do be aware of that. I'm wishing you the best of luck, Cancer, because like I said, this is your level up year or your glow up year ahead. And it's exalted, so it holds a great deal of power for you, Cancers. So get in there and make it happen, okay? Before I go into the paid feature here, overall, Jupiter in Cancer does usher in a year focused on nurturing emotional well-being, domestic growth, and finding security from within. It's a time to cultivate deep connections, build strong foundations, and create a sanctuary within our own lives and for our families. So I'm wishing all of you the best of luck with this next Jupiter transit on June 9th. Okay. Good luck, you two. Talk soon. Bye.